Welcome, Pokemon fans, to a Pokemon World Tournament event. Today we have Angel of the Night versus Jet. As it seems, Elana is actually going to lead off with a Zapdos, and Jet's going to lead off with a Politoed. Now, as we can see, Zapdos is going to exert some pressure, and Politoed is actually going to start a rainstorm with drizzle. For the first turn of the battle, Jet's going to swap out to a Garchomp, and it looks like Angel of the Night's going to lead off with Zapdos' hidden power. As it is right now, we are unsure of what hidden power Zapdos has, whether it's hidden power ice or if it's hidden power grass. Now, with Garchomp, it's actually going to recover with some leftovers, and that's going to open up Lawrence to start off with another hidden power attack. As it appears, it looks like Zapdos is actually going to be using hidden power grass here, and it looks like Garchomp's going to retaliate with a dual chop. Now that attack's going to hit twice in a row, and it appears that it's a critical hit. Now Lawrence, barely hanging on, living at 45 hit points, is going to be able to attack next turn. But wait, Garchomp is yet recalled by Jet, and it looks like Jet's going to actually send out a Politoed. Now that's a very unusual switch considering Zapdos is an electric type, and it is under a drizzle. Now, it looks like the hidden power was successful, and it is super effective, which confirms that it is hidden power grass. Now that's going to open up Zapdos to go with another hidden power grass move, and that is going to annihilate the Politoed. Good job, Politoed, but unfortunately you weren't good enough. Now, Jet's going to actually lead off here with another Toxicroak, and it looks like Elana's going to go for another hidden power grass. But that's not going to be very effective due to the fact that Toxicroak is fighting and poison. Now, she did get a crit on that due to the fact that there was the Choice Spec, sorry. And it looks like Toxicroak's going to go with a substitute and go for the Sucker Punch, which is actually going to take out Elana's Lawrence. Now, what Pokemon can we expect from Angel of the Night? As it is right now, Toxicroak is actually regaining health by that drizzle due to dry skin. And it looks like Elana's going to go with a Simipour, and Simipour is going to go ahead and use an Ice Beam, which that way it does not activate the dry skin. But wait, that Toxicroak is actually going to go ahead and use a Drain Punch, which I don't think she was actually expecting. Now that Drain Punch is actually going to recover health on that Toxicroak. Now that Toxicroak has activated Ashley's Pitaya Berry, which actually raises the special attack. As the Toxicroak is regaining health with the dry skin, it looks like it's going to go ahead and use a Sucker Punch, which is actually going to take out that Simipour. Now at this point, the score is actually 2-1 in favor of Jet, with the actual Toxicroak regaining health from dry skin. Now, Elana is going to go into her trump card, which is actually her Isabelle. Now, Isabelle's a Haxorus with a Choice Scarf. We've seen it many times before. And as Nappy says, it's the Chinese dollar store dragon. Now, it looks like to counter this dragon, Jet's actually going to go ahead and use a Vaporeon, which is actually going to take that outrage very nicely. Now, the Vaporeon is actually going to recover with leftovers, which regains such a little bit of health, possibly enough to actually live a second outrage. But as it is, it looks like it was a critical hit, which makes Isabelle one of Elana's most favorable Pokemon. Now, as it is, Jet's gonna counterattack with a Latios. Now, Latios, unfortunately, is not fast enough than this Isabelle, and Isabelle's gonna go ahead with an Outrage, which is super effective due to the fact that it's a Dragon type. What Pokemon will Jet actually have to counter this Haxorus? Now, Isabelle is currently confused due to the amount of outrages, and it looks like Jet's going to send out his Garchomp. Now, because it's confused, Elana is going to switch back her Haxorus and go ahead and send out her Espeon. Very unusual switch, of course, because Espeon's not going to outspeed a Garchomp. Now this Garchomp is not the usual Garchomps that you normally see due to the fact that it's a substituting one. Now the only thing that's going to help Elana out here is if she actually goes ahead and breaks that substitute, which will allow her to bring back in that Haxorus and Outrage all over it. Now, whoa, that's very close. It's down to about 40 hit points, and it looks like Emma also has the leftovers. Now, as it is, the substitute is still up, and it looks like Emma is going to go for another stored power. Unfortunately, due to stored power, it is only effective if you've actually stored power, for example, such as Calm Minds. As it is, the substitute is still in effect, and Emma is actually going ahead with the leftovers. What is going to happen here is she's going to go ahead and use a Shadow Ball, which is different than the stored power, probably predicting that that's going to break the sub, and as it is, she is correct. Now Garchomp has enough hit points to use another substitute, which is a shame considering it took so long to break that first sub. Now as time passes, Emma is actually going to restore hit points here with leftovers. Will Elana be able to break the substitute before that Garchomp attacks? Only time will tell. Oh, it looks like the substitute did break, and it looks like Garchomp's going to go ahead with an Earthquake. As it is, Espeon is not a physical bulky wall, so that's actually going to wipe out the Espeon. Now as it is, we see here that Garchomp is actually going to recover hit points here with leftovers, and as predicted, it looks like Elana is going to send out her Haxorus. Now due to Mold Breaker, it's not really going to do anything here, but it is going to Outrage all over that Garchomp. Now it's a little bit of an unusual move. I would have predicted that she would have used a Dragon Claw, so that way she wouldn't be locked into Outraging if any kind of a Steel type would be brought in. As it is, it looks like Jet's going to retaliate with his Toxicroak, and Toxicroak is going to go ahead with a Sucker Punch. Now, with the Sucker Punch, it did take Isabelle down to about 122 hit points, and it looks like the Toxicroak is going to get hit with another Outrage attack. As it is, it looks like it's a critical hit, and the Toxicroak is down. Now it looks like Isabelle is confused again due to fatigue from those outrages, and oh my god, it's a Tornadus. Now Tornadus is out, and it looks like, yeah, Elena's going to call back her Haxorus and going to send out a Snorlax named Seth. What will happen here is Snorlax is a very bulky Pokemon for special defense, and as it is, Tornadus is actually a special attacker. As it is, it looks like, oh, the Hurricane is actually confused the Snorlax, and as it is, we're going to get hit with another Hurricane. And Snorlax is still a bulky wall, but it is at 10. Oh, it's down to 46 hit points. It is confused. Will the attack hit? It looks like Seth's going to go for the return, which is actually an attack based off of happiness. If the happiness is maxed, it took out the Tornadus. Thank you for watching this World Tournament event.